Are you dreaming about your next travel destination? Maybe you've decided to go to Europe, but with 44 countries, how can you possibly figure out where to go? Well, we've got you covered. Today on Across the Globe, we're going to look at the 10 best countries to travel to in Europe, including some historically popular places to go and a few hidden gems. Number 10. Portugal. Did you know that Portugal is now a surfing hotspot? I know. When you think of surfing, you probably picture places like Hawaii, California, or South Africa. But Portugal gained fame after the city of Nazaré went viral for its famed 100-foot waves, which are some of, if not the, biggest waves in the world. Now surfers and tourists alike are flocking to Portugal, and Nazaré in particular, to watch surfing. However, even if you're not a surfing aficionado, there are still plenty of reasons to visit. Great seafood, neoclassical architecture, and of course, port wine. Plus, it's safe. Portugal recently ranked third on the Global Peace Index of safest countries in the world, which looks at factors like crime rate and violent demonstrations. Number 9. Italy. There's never a good reason not to go to Italy. Its cities are filled with stunning architecture and tons of history. The countryside has incredible food and, of course, great wine. The coast of Italy will make you feel like you've stepped right into a postcard. Plus, Italy is even home to the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites out of anywhere in the world. One of the best reasons to visit Italy, though, is that one of its most iconic cities may soon be uninhabitable. That's right, it's predicted that Venice could be underwater as early as 2100, meaning that you could be one of the last people to visit it. And when it comes to safety, you'll be glad to know that Italy has consistently ranked as one of the safest countries in Europe to travel to. Number 8. Slovenia. When you think of popular European destinations, you probably picture places like France or England. But Slovenia deserves to be up there too. According to the Global Peace Index, Slovenia is one of the safest countries in the entire world, ranked 7th globally. Slovenia is particularly great to visit if you're a nature lover, as its landscape is some of the most stunning in all of Europe. Lake Bled, located in northwestern Slovenia, is a great example of this, and when you see pictures of it, you'll understand why. If you decide to visit, you can even rent a rowboat for the day and experience Lake Bled from a new perspective. Number 7. Malta. Did you know that the entire city of Malta's capital, Valletta, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site? That's right, practically everywhere you look in Valletta is a historical gem. This city was originally founded by the Knights of St. John in the 16th century as a refuge for injured soldiers and pilgrims during the Crusades. You can experience this history firsthand by visiting sites like St. John's Co-Cathedral or Fort St. Elmo, or just by taking a stroll down the street. However, it's not just Valletta that makes Malta worth visiting. It's warm here year-round, making any time of year a great time to visit. And with its stunning landscapes, including coastal cliffs and sandy beaches, you'll be sure to find anything that suits your fancy. You may even catch a movie filming here, as Malta is a popular place for filming TV and film. Some of Game of Thrones was filmed here, along with Troy and Assassin's Creed, just to name a few. However, keep in mind that the entire country only covers an area of about 122 square miles, which is only about twice as big as Washington, D.C. Number 6. France. Europe is filled with tons of history. From Stonehenge in Britain to the Acropolis in Greece, you could spend decades just bouncing from one historical destination to another. But if you want to get the most bang for your buck, I recommend you pay a visit to France. Although it's ranked 5th on the list of countries with the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites, behind other European countries like Italy, Germany, and Spain, France is unique in that it has a bigger mix of cultural and natural sites. In fact, among its UNESCO World Heritage Sites, France has 42 cultural properties, 6 natural properties, and 1 mixed property. On the cultural side, these include iconic sites like the Louvre and the Eiffel Tower, places that no matter how many postcards or pictures you see of them, nothing compares to the real deal. On the natural side, France is home to places like the Lagoons of New Caledonia, which boasts a reef second in size only to the Great Barrier Reef. Finally, France's mixed site is the Pyrenees Mont Perdu, where you can experience both the breathtaking natural beauty of the Pyrenees juxtaposed with a series of paths and villages dated all the way back to the Middle Ages. Number 5. Iceland. Many people who go to Europe hop from city to city. However, what if you're more of a nature lover and you aren't looking to spend much time in cities? Well, the best country for this might be Iceland. Iceland has one of the lowest population densities out of anywhere in Europe at only 9 people per square mile. This means that most of the country is made up of breathtaking landscapes. And by breathtaking, I'm not kidding around. Iceland is home to approximately 130 volcanoes, including the famous SAGRADA, which made headlines when it made a surprise eruption in 2021. If you're looking to avoid the adrenaline rush of a possible eruption, not to worry though. Most of the volcanoes on Iceland are inactive. But if you'd rather not take your chances, you can also visit one of Iceland's 269 glaciers, or pay a visit to Thingvellir National Park, which has UNESCO World Heritage Site status. Lastly, any trip to Iceland also deserves a visit to JOKULSARLON Glacier Lagoon, where you can glimpse the famous Northern Lights. Number 4. Spain. If you're feeling cold after picturing a visit to Iceland, I get it. That's why Spain is up next. This country is the perfect place to visit in Europe if you're looking for more of a laid-back, beachy vacation. In fact, Spain is home to the siesta and has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. This is particularly the case when it comes to Spain's islands like Mallorca or Ibiza. Here you can enjoy miles of white sandy beaches straight out of a travel ad. And being in the Mediterranean, the water is relatively warm, reaching temperatures of 76 degrees in the summer. However, just because Spain has gorgeous beaches doesn't mean it's lacking in history and architecture. It's quite the opposite. Barcelona, for instance, is known for its famous Gaudi architecture like Park Güell and La Sagrada Familia. Oh, and did I mention the food? Spain has incredible food, including dishes like paella, jamón, pimientos de Padrón, and, though it might sound cliché, churros. Number 3. Scotland. When people visit the UK, they often ignore the country just north, which is Scotland. But Scotland is definitely worth a visit. For starters, its countryside is breathtaking. If you visit here, you can hike or drive past mountains, glens, moorlands, and of course, the famous Scottish Highlands. Once you've had your fill of nature, you can head on over to Edinburgh, Scotland's capital. Originally developed as a fort, by the 12th century, Edinburgh became a thriving town. Between the Edinburgh Castle, St. Giles Cathedral, and any of Edinburgh's 14 other castles, you'll find medieval history everywhere you turn. As a final stop, you can visit Loch Ness, the home of the infamous Loch Ness Monster, or even do a whiskey tour through some of Scotland's world-class distilleries. Number 2. Romania. If you're traveling on a budget, Romania may be the perfect place for you. It's ranked one of the most affordable places to travel on several lists, including one by Planet Wear. According to Numbeo, The average meal at an inexpensive restaurant in Romania is about $7.76 USD, while a three-course meal at a pricier restaurant is only on average about $16.63 USD. And even if you're on a budget, you may find that you can afford to stay at a luxury hotel here, as the average nightly price of 277 top luxury hotels in Romania is only $84. However, just because Romania is affordable doesn't mean that there's nothing to do here. One of the most noteworthy things to do is visiting one of Romania's iconic castles, like Corvin Castle, Helles Castle, or most iconic of all, Bran Castle. Romania's landscape is also something to behold. A visit to any one of Romania's 14 national parks might just make this your new favorite travel destination. Number 1. The Netherlands. According to Berkshire Hathaway Travel Protection, the Netherlands is the #1 safest country in the world to travel in 2023. If you decide to go here, you won't have to be overly concerned about walking down a dark street at night, or feel like you constantly have to check to make sure your wallet is still in your pocket. Plus, Amsterdam, one of the most popular travel destinations in the Netherlands, is ranked one of the safest cities in the world. With its scenic canals, gorgeous architecture, and rich history, you could spend years experiencing everything Amsterdam has to offer. If you visit here, you may also want to pay a visit to some of this country's more rural areas as well. The Dutch countryside, for instance, is known for its windmills and has over 1,000 of them spread across the country. Finally, you won't feel like you're just a tourist if you visit here, as the people are known for being friendly and incredibly welcoming towards outsiders. What about the 10 best countries you can live in for cheap? Watch this video to learn about that.